Welcome to another episode of Black Eye Platinums, where I platinum review games you may or may not heard of while showcasing gameplay. This is Ro here with platinum number 138, Greedfall. Yes, this is Greedfall. This is an old RPG game that came out a while ago that I finally came around to playing, and I have a lot of thoughts about this game, so let's get into it. So this game is a huge RPG, even though made by smaller studios called Spiders. It got released around the time of 2019 and then re-released for 2021. So this game roughly took me around 68 hours, and that's not because that actually took 68 hours. It has multiple endings. Yes, it is one of those RPG games with so many multiple endings that honestly that's probably the biggest issue that I have with the game because of some of the glitches, but I'll get into that in a minute. So firstly, the bosses, they're actually pretty dope. Like this first boss you can encounter at the very beginning of the game was really dope. The combat is more of like the newer Dragon Age RPG combat, and you have the customization in there. You definitely got to get trophies for that, like customizing all the gear, or just just customizing the gear and then getting a trophy for that. And then you also have a really huge skill tree, like really huge. It's actually like 3 different skill trees, and you basically have to some degree fill up each section to get a trophy, whether it's the warrior, the technical, or the mage one. Now you do have choices and options, and yes, your choice and reputation matters. You will not get the ending that you want if your reputation and choices are bad, so you have to pay a lot of attention to that, like so much, or you'll do a lot of backtracking. You have to spot all the camps, and when you spot all the camps, you have to go and bring it to this guy. Heads up, if you have the DLC counts as well. So if you don't have the DLC installed or at all, then it won't matter, but they definitely count for it. Then there's romance, and you get to see this pathetic sex scene. It's skip through it. Yes, you have to romance every side character, but the problem is that 2 of them only does it heterosexually, and 2 of them can do it with the same sex. So that means you have to do 2 different playthroughs. The sneaking, there's a trophy for that. Horrible stuff. Like I don't even know why it's in there. I honestly don't know why the stuff is in there. You could go I think you can beat this game without fighting anyone, but no. Now we'll say when you switch from the different combat styles, like to mage is actually pretty dope. I did not play the full game in that because you have to beat it in extreme difficulty, and no, it is actually extremely hard. Not extremely hard like Devil May Cry hard, but it's actually pretty hard to beat the game playing on extreme difficulty because of resources. And then you have the ending. Again, 5 different endings. There's the biggest bug that I've ever faced in a game ever, where it stopped saving. So yes, I had to reset and go back because of that. That knocks this score down. I don't care what anybody says. That is a glitch that should not be acceptable in the big 2025. And it's a PS5 game, native game as well, because it's the PS5 port. So yeah, no. I mean, overall, the game is really good. And the story, I guess, hit or miss. I don't know. They made a second one, so I was intrigued to play the second one because of this. But the second one is more or less of a prequel, so you wouldn't really need to play this at all to know what's going on with the second one when it comes out. It already came out on Steam, and it will get a console release at some point. But yeah, the story, super forgettable. I didn't really care about the story, and I was more focused on trying to get the platinum and enjoy a massive RPG that should have been cleared off my shelf a long time ago. I give this score a solid 6. Really forgettable RPG game, and clearly it made enough for them to make a prequel, sequel, whatever you want to call it. And these awful sex scenes need to just disappear. I hate that this was the last thing you'll see on my screen. So subscribe to my YouTube channel for more games. Can't wait to tell you about the next one. Peace.